Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. Yeah, in the last video, which was actually 2 months ago, we were still waiting for another low. Highlighted to you that one more low is likely. At the time, I was still watching this chart on the linear chart, which you can do as well. You just get a different wave count, but it's, well, a different detailed wave count, but it doesn't change anything down here. So in the last video, we also were exploring here this descending wedge and highlighted that one more low is likely. Yeah, that one more low happened. I think we were around the 20th of June. I made that video. So scenario is now fulfilled. Where were we? 20th of June was that video. You can always rewatch it on YouTube. But we expected one more low. Yeah, again, that happened. Price has, however, unfortunately broken below the 10-cent support level, made a new lifetime low. And I still have no indication that a low is in place. So again, I'm not counting this bullish anyway. We have a large descending wedge. You can focus on that if you like to. The problem is we had a break to the upside of the descending wedge, but it doesn't show any indication of really a breakout. It was sort of just dying down, yeah, just grinding down. The problem is if you have a descending wedge pattern like that, which is typically a reversal pattern, and the price isn't, if it breaks out, it's not really doing much. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. And therefore, we are following it now on the log chart. And I have no indication either on the linear or on the log chart anyway, that this downtrend is over. On the log chart, it looks a bit different, this structure. Here, we haven't broken out yet. I have to assume this is the more relevant one. Here again, but that doesn't make any difference. So we have an ABC structure to the upside into the 2021 highs. 5 waves down, basically consistent with previous analysis, where I've been warning about this chart for many, many months now. I don't know how long, for a year? I don't know. Definitely many, many months. And it's just been coming down further. Hopefully the warnings were listened to. Still a lot of people request Algo. I don't know why, because this chart made a new all-time low. And it moved up in a correction. And yes, it can rally at any time because it has lost all support levels. Well, basically, it can rally at any time in a correction. However, the problem with these corrections is there is no guarantee that it will rally, and also no guarantee that it will be a strong rally. But let's assume we get back into a bull run. It is certainly possible for price technically in a wave 2 correction, which might not lead to a new all-time high, but in a correction to rally into the region between 50 cents and $1.38. The problem is with a coin like that, there is never a guarantee it will get to new all-time highs. There's also never a guarantee it will actually rally in a wave 2 correction. So it might do. But to expect that is, I mean, at the moment, there is not even a setup on the lower time frame to support that. The problem with a chart that made new all-time lows is you literally haven't got any support to work with. So the best I can do really is to look at this wedge structure, which is, again, a leading diagonal in a wave 1, and to indicate, to use Fibonacci extensions to determine where could wave 5 end. Yeah, so a leading diagonal in a wave 1 has 5 waves. So it seems like we have done the wave 1. It seems like we've done the wave 2. It seems like we've done the wave 3. They're all 3-wave structures. Okay. It seems like, well, we might have done wave 4, a very, very shallow wave 4 though. Maybe wave 4 is still in the making. That's a bit unclear. That's sort of the uncertainty on this chart. But if I talk about, okay, maybe the wave 4 is already in, what would be a target for the 5th wave? Important with these diagonals is that the wave 3 is shorter than wave 1, and the wave 5 is shorter than wave 3. So that means we take the length of the 3rd wave, go to the current high of the 4th wave. Again, that might change a little bit if we get a higher wave 4, but at the moment I assume wave 4 is in. Yeah, and basically it gives us a range that we can watch. First of all, the next FIB extension to watch is basically 7.7 cents, the 38.2 FIB extension, and then the 61.8 extension at 5.25 cents. The theoretical maximum it should do is 2.8 cents. Okay, but it's basically, it doesn't really make, you know, they are just levels to watch at the moment. Okay, they are levels to watch. The 1-to-1 ratio is the maximum because by that, if we get below that, the wave 5 would be longer than the wave 3. That the pattern would be technically invalidated. But normally when you talk about invalidation, you say, okay, the trend changes then or something. But here it wouldn't make any difference because it would just continue to go in its bearish course. Okay, so they are just levels to watch at the moment. Basically, the only support levels that I have, and pay attention to the trend line of the wedge pattern as well. A break above the wedge might trigger the wave 2 rally. Yeah, and then if we have a setup on the smaller time frame, you might decide to trade that. Remember that coins like these, they can always rally out of the blue suddenly. Yeah, but there is typically no warning. So when they start quickly. But they are typically just 3-wave corrective rallies. So we had it now a few times with coins where you get significant rallies in A wave. Then I typically highlight it's now too late to trade the A wave. You can wait for the B to as a pullback to trade the C wave, but sometimes it will never do the C wave. Okay, so that's just what it is with these bearish charts. Yeah, a lot of people get interested here at the top of the A wave. A lot of people aping in because they think it goes to the moon. Then it will go into a long correction, which will take weeks, yeah, many weeks. And then people get bored, they switch off again. Everybody forgets about there could be a C wave, and then it just doesn't happen, because the sentiment goes away again. And it's just a bearish chart, okay, at the moment. There is nothing bullish here. So I can also not give you any all-time high targets because it basically destroyed a potential bullish setup, which could have been a leading diagonal initially. But any chart that starts with a diagonal anyway needs to be taken with caution. That's my update about Algo. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.